Well, the reform measure that I put on the ballot, Proposition D, would save this city $1.7 billion over 10 years. That's about, and there's another measure that's on the ballot that would save $400 million less. And so I would take some of the savings from Proposition D and apply it to cost at Muni. And we have to be strategic. We can't just throw money at Muni. I think we have to be strategic, and as a city, if we are providing additional resources to Muni, we have to demand accountability. And what that means is enforcing Proposition G, which I supported last year. You know, we have to look at the work rules and make sure that Proposition G is being enforced. But more than that, you know, we have to look at the fiscal demands on the system and ask, what can we do well, as opposed to trying to do everything not so well. I mean, you know, Muni does do certain things very well, and we have to identify those things, model our transit system after what we know is working, and at the same time attack those lines and buses that traditionally have had problems. My position has been that we need to have a hearing to determine what the facts are, because there are significant discrepancies in what the MTA is saying versus what the Federal Transportation Authority has been saying. And if you compare you know, the reports that have come out of each agency, they contradict one another as to the number of riders, as to the cost of the project. And so there's enough flags in the grand jury report that any reasonable person looking at that would at least want to investigate the matter. So I think there should be a hearing. I think the hearing should be in front of the MTA. There will also be a hearing before the Board of Supervisors on the grand jury report, but that's not going to happen until October. And if it turns out that there are design problems, then we need to fix those. So I'm not saying necessarily that the Central Subway shouldn't be built. I'm saying that based on all the information that we have before us right now, we should not go forward until we resolve these questions. I think that's part of the solution, but what's missing in our city is that we still don't have a comprehensive light rail system. I would like to see the light rail system extended, for example, out to the Richmond. You know, we have the ridership there that would support that. We could run it up Geary, and it's something that I enjoy because I live on the west side of town near West Portal. So I take the West Portal station, and the reason I take Muni is because it's easier for me to take Muni if I'm going downtown. It's cheaper, I get there faster, I don't have to worry about parking. When you create a system that you know, is more convenient for people to use and, you know, inexpensive, people will use it, and we can increase ridership. Well, I'd probably be the 38. You know, I believe in tackling difficult issues, and I think as a city, if we truly commit ourselves to honest solutions, and I've done this with very tough issues like misconduct in the police department or pension reform, that we can solve problems, but we have to have the determination and strength to really solve the problem. And with Muni, I think that you know, we can improve service. That's why I'd be the 38, and I'd be the, you know, the train that wouldn't say no, and they kept going, and you know, was determined to solve the problem. And that's what Jeff Adachi would bring to the mayor's office.